Hello and welcome to your favorite world history teacher, Coach Bowman's presentation of the classical River Valley of India. We have 5 parts that we're going to discuss, so make sure you have your notes out. And here we go. So when we talk about India, we got to talk about the geography first. And in this case, we're going to be looking at these two rivers here. The one on the left that the cursor's touching is the Indus. Over here on the right, this is the Ganges. And these two rivers flow out of mountain ranges. To the northwest, you have the Hindu Kush Mountains, and to the northeast of India, you have the mighty Himalayas. And these rivers flow into bodies of water. Down here, you have the Arabian Sea to the southwest. Directly south, keep in mind, India always points to its own ocean, the Indian Ocean. And then the Ganges flows into the Bay of Bengal. So, what I tell my students, and I've been telling this for years, is remember things like as, I-O, Bob. That is as in Arabian Sea, I-O as in Indian Ocean, and then Bob over here, Bay of Bengal. So those are your mighty pieces of geography. So again, here they are. They are your physical barriers of India. And that is the Himalayas, Hindu Kush. Those two are mountains. And then your bodies of water, Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal. Now, these barriers are physical barriers which forms India into a subcontinent. It's one of your vocab words. Subcontinent means that this area was allowed to create its own unique special culture that is just theirs because that physical barrier prevented people from coming in to influence them. Now, eventually they will come through. And it's something that also happens with Egypt. In Egypt, it also they had 1,000 years in Egypt because of the natural barriers, but they too will have conquering people coming through and finally invading. So key features, again, especially since we're talking about river valleys, the Indus and Ganges rivers. Here is the Indus River, again, flowing out of the Hindu Kush Mountains into the Arabian Sea. Its special characteristic or feature is the fact that we are looking at where the first people of India began their civilization along the Indus River. Now, the Ganges, again, that's the river on the eastern half of India coming out of the Himalayas and going to the Bay of Bengal. And its river becomes important, especially to the religion of Hinduism. So those are some key physical facts about the rivers of India. Now, one of the key features of the Hindu Kush Mountains, and the Hindu Kush are smaller mountains. I probably would compare them to the Appalachian Mountains in the western part of the state. And so what's going to happen is there is a pass, a gap. And the artist that you see here kind of portrays that known as the Khyber Pass. It's kind of, I'll use my cursor to hopefully point it out. It's kind of like the gap right here. It's this natural gap between the mountains that forms kind of a natural highway, if you will. So I looked through and I found a couple other pieces of art. So here's what it could have looked like at one point. Again, traveling through the Khyber Pass. One of my students said, "Hey, something's wrong with that camel." I'm like, "Which one?" "The one that looks like it's dead." So here's a little fun little thing right here. But anyway, so that's could have what it looked like. Could have been what it looked like. That's what I meant to say. And this is a photograph of the Khyber Pass more recently. Obviously, paved roads with motor vehicles. And so we do have that natural pass going through there. And that's going to end it for part one. Thank you for paying attention and following along. Hopefully you were able to find some of these things interesting and fill out your notes. All right, please feel free to email me at any time if you have any questions. It's bowmanben@ameliaschools.com. Thank you, and till next time.